This is Start Your Engines.
Is start your engines. I'm not as good as the host Justin, but I'm here virtually doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
so a great episode tonight because we're getting closer, right? What about this? There's a lot of racing coming up. 2 weeks. We are less than 2 weeks away from the Clash. So
yes.
we're getting there. We're getting there as and racing's starting to really pile up. So the little siesta we've had is about ready to be done. So a lot of exciting
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes. The little siesta we had is about to be history. So,
NASCAR lately we've been pumping the brakes because we're too far. It's too far away. Now we're getting on the gas and it's coming faster. So we're uh, we're gonna just talk about it. We're getting closer to it, so there's more highlights to talk about. So I'd love to get this episode started. And if you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask us.
yeah. So, first, let's take care of some housekeeping. The giveaway.
Yeah.
And, and the last time we grew for the giveaway, we did not hear from the person uh, to send off the card to. So
Yeah,
I
so
am,
there's gonna be, so I've done a drawing. I've already done a drawing already. So I got the winner. But what I'm gonna say is it's really important to check out his channel occasionally or as much as you can for things like this, so you don't miss who wins the giveaway. Maybe that was the whole point of why that one person didn't didn't know. They didn't know because they weren't in the group. So you got to be in the loop with Justin. He does some really amazing stuff for his fans and the people in the group. But I did do another drawing when I was at work this afternoon. Julie Steele, B8J, I think that's what it was, is officially the second winner of the giveaway. Now, you got to watch this episode, which I don't know how you titled it, Justin. But make sure you tune into this video. We'll get in contact with you and give you that car. That's from my own personal collection that I've owned since I was a little kid. It's now yours. So you've been selected. So be sure to give any contact information to Justin, and Justin will ship that out for you, and you could add it to your collection.
yes. And so, Seth, we
Hello.
said hello. Um, we said racing is back. The cutting flowers of Daytona is this weekend. That proves racing is back. Daytona's going to have some action. Although being it's not NASCAR. NASCAR is in a month, but I'm fired up just because we're 2 weeks away from the class, 2 weeks away from cars going around in circles. Um, and all the hoopla that's been the off season is now officially behind us.
Of course, of course. I think the Rolex 24 is going to be really interesting. It's for those that are new to this group or new and doesn't know much about Rolex 24. Rolex 24 is a IMSA race, so it's a Motorsports Association race. It stands for International Sports Motorsports Association, Sports Car Motorsports Association. They do these big endurance races, so they're 24 hours. So they're going to literally race around Daytona for 24 hours. Not one driver. That would be insane. There is going to be there's going to be breaks where when they come in the pit, a new driver is going to be in place. So they're going to do 3 rotations among 3 drivers. I think it's 3 8s. So they're going to race 8 hours and then switch. They could also do 6 4s. So It would be within three drivers, but they instead of 8 hours, they do six. So they do it. They go out there twice instead of once. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting thing. It's a really interesting sport because it teaches endurance. It teaches the ability to drive at night and during the day. And what does Florida have that not a lot of states have? Weather. They have weather. They have a lot of rain that moves through. They have run IMSA in rain situations, so the drivers get, they get the whole shebang, right? They know what it's truly like when it comes to this stuff. That I'm not sure if they're going to run in the rain. I Don't quote me on it because it's a very banked track, and when you put water on a banked track, you just basically slide. So it's gonna be really interesting to see. I know that they've done it in the past. It all depends on how much falls because Florida is known for rain spurts. So
Yeah.
it should be good. It always is good, and that brings that initial spark, right? The initial spark for race fans to get excited, and and they do a really good job. If you've never heard of flow racing, they show a really detailed way, yeah, within the racetrack. So then you don't get just the NBC live coverage. You get in car around the racetrack coverage that's even closer. So I definitely check that out if you're a race fan. But boy, really exciting stuff coming into the four cars on wheels are going to be moving really fast and just this weekend. So
Yes. And the Tulsa Sugo is behind us, and Kyle Watson was there along with Christopher Bell. But man, um, Daytona is alive starting this weekend, and I tell you what, like Seth said, I am really looking forward to seeing what everyone has this weekend.
I think we look at like a different aspect. Like Justin, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you know what is really interesting? They bring in about 120,000 fans just for spectate. That is 120,000 fans that go into Daytona Beach, which is not really a big populated city. I mean, it's Florida, so there's more people there than we're accustomed to, but it's not that large. And when you get 120,000 people just around, and that's just people that go to the race, people that tailgate, people that do all that stuff. How much revenue Florida is gaining just from an event is insane, right? So that means NASCAR must be doing something right, right? When you get the amount of people that show up for this, so I think it's a great thing for the sport. I think it's a great thing for the people that enjoy this. I know that they definitely do a lot of really good um, customer relations, so they do a lot of things for the fans. So I got the opportunity when I was to go over to Daytona, and the amount of things that they did for fans outside of the racetrack was incredible. To allow fans to be engaged into the experience, because that's how they make money, right? They make money on just the fans being there, and that they want to continue to go. So
Yeah. Well, with that, I mean, the class is 2 weeks away. So who's who's going to get that unofficial start to the year where they get the killing momentum into Daytona? Who do you think gets that race?
I think when you look at like excitement and the level of excitement that these drivers are going to have, I think it's going to be great for them. I think that there's going to be a shock, right? Climbing back into a car after that long of a break. Well, it's the shortest break in all of sports, but it's still a break. And I honestly, I'm weird. I'm just gonna say it. I think that the driver that will probably do well and will actually might end up winning. I'm going to say Chase Briscoe. They've come off a lot of great momentum, right? And I think that that's going to be really good for him. I know Toyotas do really good at the first race. And here I go saying that after Chase Elliott won last year. I know that guy would be very happy. But yeah, I think that it's going to be really interesting just to see. It's kind of a long shot. It's a long shot, just like Daytona is, but in a different sense. We haven't seen any results. We haven't seen any of the way that they drive, so we can't easily say who will be a favorite and who won't, right? So
Right.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see. Honestly, I am I'm a big Ty Gibbs fan, so I'm going to say him. But the driver that I know will not end on this note, Kyle Busch. I don't see him end the way he does. I see him winning. I see him running up there. We'll have to see, but that's a driver I'm going to be rooting for pretty much all season, right? And hope that he can get there. So, and Kyle Busch has never won the Daytona 500. Maybe
And
it's this the year,
adding the fact he's got uh a new crew case
right? I think
from
there's a
Junior Motorsports, and I think that's going to be a great move. Um, Wait and see,
Mhm.
but we'll see what happens.
I think yeah, it's just gonna be a waiting game, kind of see what happens. I'm a big 24 fan too. You know how ridiculous it would be if he became a three-time winner of the Daytona 500 in a row. That's never happened. That's never happened. Even Denny Hamlin hasn't done it. So I think that there's a lot of ways to be said. I think the driver that wins the Clash is going to have a lot of momentum going into the Daytona 500. They're just going to have optimism. They're going to have confidence. They will have that realistic value, right? Yeah, I think that happens for anyone, especially at the beginning of the year. You're just going to burst of confidence after that first race. You ran well, and you don't necessarily need to win. You just run well, and that will give you a confidence boost.
Sitting
Just don't wreck
here,
the car.
yeah,
Just don't. And I didn't bring the don't wreck the car because that's just unnecessary at a track that small. So we'll see how it goes.
yeah. Um, Couple more things before we're out, but as we've been sitting here talking, I have came up with an idea.
I'm all ears.
So, if you would like to face me and Seth in fantasy this year, with Seth keeping track of the points,
Oh boy, I'm being volunteered for everything, aren't I? We could do fantasy. I've hardly ever done NASCAR fantasy, but I'd be open to it.
yeah,
I'd
if
come up
you,
with the easy way of doing it.
yeah, let us know who would be interested before the week before the Daytona 500, and we will get some fans of this program involved and see who is the best when it comes to making decisions on who's going to win the race.
Right, I like it. I never gave that any thought.
Yeah. So we have the giveaway going on, and we have that going on. Now that I make that public announcement.
Yep.
Um, so please, um, message us on here. Um, Seth and I will come up with more details. Um, of how we're going to do it, if you don't mind, Seth.
I don't mind one bit.
And we'll we'll announce those on next week's episode of Scott Johansson's.
I like it. I like it a lot. It gets the fans, it gets Justin's group involved. It gets a little bit more excitement instead of just watching the races. So, anyone that would be interested, we could definitely make that happen.
Yes. Um. So I know it's almost 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Any anything you want to go over as we about hit the 20-minute mark?
I
And
don't. I don't know a whole lot. I could tell you that this episode's probably going to be a little bit smaller, right? But if we look at like what's coming up, there's gonna be a lot to talk about, right? We'll have stuff to talk about for the Rolex 24, right? That's this weekend. So there's information there, and then you got the Clash coming up in a couple weeks, and then you got the Daytona 500, and we can talk about all three of those races at Daytona. So like, we can even talk about the duels too. So there's a lot of information being brought out from this channel. This one's just a little calm before the storm, so they say, right? So
yeah, call before the hurricane.
the hurricane.
So, but no, this has been a Wednesday edition of the Scott Johansson. Remember, don't turn off the key till we turn off this screen. Get
Also, the
the
one that won the giveaway, if you're in here or if you've seen this, we'll make sure that we get in touch with you. But we're gonna need that contact information, and you'll get my own personal car in your collection.
yes. So again, before we hang up the screen for the night, please, Seth, if you would say the winner's name one more time so it repeated on the screen.
Julie Steele hyphen B8J, I think was her name. I can't remember the three, but it's Julie Steele hyphen blank 8 blank. So fill in those blanks, whoever you are, and tell us who that is. I think it's B and J. I'm not sure, but don't quote me on it. But Julie Steele should be enough out of the people that entered. So please get in contact with him, not me. I don't run this. I just try to be a part of this with my debonair outer charm. But he is the one that runs everything. So please get in touch with him. It's Julie Steele hyphen B8J. You are the
And
winner.
you you can get in contact with me by going to Facebook.
Oh yeah, he's got a Facebook channel. You ever seen his Facebook channel? Man, he looks like a stud. You know that? He looks like a stud on there. I should put his own face on my Facebook page, on my own personal page. You know how many people he gets just from his charm? Oh my gosh. Sexy beast right there. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say it again. If you want to get in touch with Justin, put in Park, send him a chat. Write it, click it, send it. Yeah. And then he'll get in touch with you. It's worth
All
it.
right.
It's a free thing. It's a free thing. You want a free thing? Reach out to him, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah. Reach out to me so we can celebrate you right here on Start Your Engines.
Yeah, we are
Julie
starting them
Steele.
engines, aren't we?
Julie Steele. I look forward to hearing from you. And we will settle up and we will get that in the mail to you as soon as we get that information. If I have access to the car
I like it.
right here, right now. So, thanks to Seth. And now we can officially say,
Let's turn off those engines. Let's
let's,
calm those engines down a little bit. My engine's running. I don't know about yours. My engine's running. It's like talk of the tank over here.
yeah.
I'm
So,
weird tonight. I'm weird tonight, guys. I must have forgot my meds, but uh it's awesome. So please keep a lookout on this channel. There's a lot of things, good things coming.
yep. And we're 2 weeks away from cars being on cracked. And we'll have plenty to talk about 2 weeks' time.
Sounds good.
Until next week, I'm Justin. He's Seth. Good night, everyone, and goodbye, everyone.